Well, we're going to cross now to London, speak to our correspondent who joins us from there, Bénédicte Paviot. Bénédicte, let's talk about this optimism first of all. I mean, the deaths are still very high. They're the highest since March, in fact, but those infection rates, which of course then lead to the pattern for deaths, are really dropping off, aren't they?
Yes, you're right, optimism, but I think the word you haven't used, which is the word I think that the government is very much reminding people now of, is to be vigilant, and the word caution. So optimistic, but need to be very vigilant. So it's interesting because some experts are saying with a week of, as you outlined, falling COVID cases, that maybe, in the autumn, the bulk of the pandemic could be behind us. But then comes the warning of Public Health England, who, to quote them, say, we are still in the third wave. So let me give you some figures to do the talking. The new cases, the latest figures we have are for Tuesday, and they are 23,511 cases. Now, there's no doubt that that is a consistent drop over the last week, because it had gone up as high as over 45,000 a day and even 50,000, but down now to 23,500 roughly for all of the UK. The deaths have been slowly ramping up, though, and that is 131 are the latest figures we have. So that is for Tuesday again, with almost 6,000 people in hospital. So what the government has wanted very much to underline is that correlation between new cases, daily cases, and hospitalizations and then deaths has really been severely weakened. And of course, a lot of people vaccinated here, people who have been given the first dose, over 46,500. And that is where that has really been, instead of COVID rules and lockdowns, that has been the wall of protection. But yes, as I said, caution, nevertheless, very much needed.
And Bénédicte, it comes as well, doesn't it, as the government is meeting today to discuss opening up more travel, both to and from the UK?
Yes, so obviously people here in the United Kingdom and abroad watching this very, very carefully. Again, I think the word is caution. Because it's almost blink and you miss another change, a new rule, another country on a red list, so where you have to have obligatory quarantining, etc. But you're right, senior ministers are expected to discuss today whether to allow double jabbed, so fully vaccinated people from the EU and the US to come and travel into the UK without quarantining. Now, this would apply initially to England, if indeed these senior ministers decide, apart from discussing, to agree to go ahead with this. We are told that we can't expect a decision. We can only expect a discussion today. What we do know is that the Labour Party has said that this would be, if agreed and if opened up in this way to the EU and the US, this would be, quote, reckless. So we will have to see. And remember that France is in a category of its own, Amber Plus, where this obliged, for the moment, quarantining, which surprised everybody about 2 weeks ago, is necessary. And we wonder if now that may be changed and there may be an announcement. So another thing to watch in the coming days.
Bénédicte, thanks very much. Bénédicte Paviot, our correspondent, joining us there.